When I opened my eyes next, the hustle and bustle of the dorm is gone. Did everyone go to sleep? While I batted it out with my head pains, a considerable amount of time seems to have passed. I'm thirsty. I leave my room, noticing that the door in the hall is open. Someone must have forgotten to close it after going out to enjoy the breeze. You sure? I head towards the door, noticing someone sitting outside. Ah, see, we got a scene like this from Rimu, and now we're getting it from Kome. The cherry blossoms fall around the figure. Kome sits there watching them dance about. I felt thirsty, but when I left my room, I noticed the open door, so... Can I sit with you? Clearing the fallen petals beside her, I take a seat. The chill evening breeze kisses my cheek. I know.
私が小さい頃から父上はお忍びでよく城を出ては皆を困らせていました。夜な夜な私に人と関わることの大切さと楽しさを語ってくれました。
Kome's father, the shogun Norimune Ao, was good friends with the people who worked under him, like my father and Kagetora.
それがすごく羨ましくて、大きくなったら父上と一緒に外に出たいと思っていました。でも、それは叶わずに、父上は死んでしまいました。
If I remember correctly, Norimune's body was found in a shack outside the castle. At the time, it was treated as a conspiracy, and a lot of people were arrested and tried. But I guess in reality, he was just out on one of his excursions.
私も城を抜け出し、人々に紛れて本当の生活を感じたかったんです。こっそり抜け出して、いろいろ見て聞いて感じて、とても楽しかった。でもそれは長井の手の内でした。そこから指名兄様が救ってくれたんです。
Yeah, that's when the game started. She was out on one of her walks and stumbled across a dead fucking body. I only did what I could.
でもそのせいで、中町奉行所の皆さんと叔父は大変な目に遭っています。私が城を出なければ、こんなことにはなりませんでした。
But we...
好きで巻き込まれていると言われたとき、すごく嬉しかったです。ですが、いくら綺麗事を並べても、私が発端であることに間違いありません。
Her soft words stab me in the heart. Encouragement, comfort, and compassion are nice, but they don't change reality. All along, Kome has been hurting, but she's been thinking hard as well.
私の力を使い、疑わしいものをすべて罰すれば、この騒動は終わりを迎えるでしょう。ですが、それは終わらせることができるだけであって、解決にはなりません。真相が明らかにならない限り、そんなことをしても意味がないことを、ここで学びました。
Kome.
今、祝時おじ様に代わって表に出れば、いらぬ混乱を招いてしまいます。そして、 騒動をさらに大きくしてしまう。だから私はここにいるんです。
She knows well that the damage her actions could cause, and she's moving accordingly. Crushing her own emotions, thinking every step through, calm and collected. The woman in front of me is not just Kome. She is the Shogun Kananori Ao, a woman fit to rule a country. Says another Shogun. Says the guy who would be ruling the country if it wasn't for the fact that his mom could not be with the Shogun. But that's not the only reason, is it? You've lived with us like this for a long while now. It's not good to suppress your feelings.
ですが
Isn't that why you left the castle in the first place? Then you shouldn't lose sight of that.
その言葉だけで私は幸せです。私はずっと皆さんに嘘をついて真実を隠していました。それも事実です。
The burden of continuously lying to the people closest to her. A lie that was necessary to hide her true self. It's always been eating away at her. Honestly, I've been hiding something from everyone as well.
Eh?
I know this won't bring her any comfort. I remember everything that happened to the shrine, but if I tell the truth, it'll cause a huge scene. So I didn't say a word today. I know it won't help her feel better.
それと私の嘘は違います。
But I can't just sit here and do nothing. It is, Kome. You know, the truth about me, don't you?
何のことですか?
I tell Kome bits and pieces of what happened at Sakurada Shrine. About Yamanami, about Kagetora, about my father, and about my true lineage. Everything. Really?
そうですか。そう、指名兄様は本当に私の兄様だったんですね。そうですか。そうですよね。
Did you not know?
いいえ、私は父上に自分の兄がいるということを一度聞いたきりです。でも初めて指名兄様を見たとき、ちょっとそうじゃないかなって。
Is it because of the white hair? It's probably because of the white hair.
そう思ったんです。
It's hard to imagine that we're actually related by blood. Yeah, but it's the dad's side, so it's better when
ほら、髪の毛が同じ色。兄弟っぽいです。
now you mention it, that's true.
将軍の血筋というものは指名兄様が考えるよりもずっと恐ろしいものです。今がそうであるように望んでもいない様々なことに巻き込まれてしまいます。
Bro, what already happened? I don't think any worse could happen after he's been fucking kidnapped, drugged, almost killed, like by someone he trusts the most. Kagetora and Yamanami said the same thing.
これ以上犠牲者を出さないためにも。
We need to do everything in our power, even if it means pushing ourselves to the limits, to stop this.
はい。
Kome, let me your strength. Him being related got him in this position. Yeah, that's the thing. It's because he's related to the Shogun that Kagetora was probably more inclined to vote for Shime over his daughter. It wasn't because he was more qualified, even though he is, but regardless.
もちろんです。
His father probably died because of it. Yeah. If we don't put our everything into this, the case will never be resolved. It's time to show the world what we can really do. I stand up from the veranda, heading into the living room. I want to try working this out in the office.
はい。すぐにでも見られるように準備はできます。
Right now? What do you mean? It's fucking nighttime. Go to sleep. I'll head over after grabbing some water.
はい。わかりました。執務室で待っていますね。
Tomei hurries off. I head to the kitchen, drinking a glass of water before going to work myself. When I entered the hallway, Rim was standing guard in her usual clothes for some reason. What are you doing at this hour? What are you doing at this hour? What do you...
話があるんだけど、ちょっといいかな。
No, I mean... Not really. I'm headed to the office.
話があるって言ってんだけど、少しだけ付き合ってよ。
Hey, ow, that hurts. Rimu grabs me by the collar, pulling me into the dojo after her. Hey, yo! Listen! Just because... Listen, okay? Just because you may have overheard that Yamanami took his first kiss, that... Hey, what do you think you're doing?
それはこっちのセリフ。そっちこそ何様のつもりなの？
Who?
盗み聞きするつもりはなかったんだけどさ、聞こえちゃったもんはしょうがないよね。
Wow, who would have guessed that she heard it? It was gonna be her, or it was going to be Sakura. It was one or the other. Like, did she listen to Komi and my conversation? About the shrine? About my first kiss? I mean, about me? About everything?
なんで黙ってたの？
Because he doesn't trust you. I don't want to drag you guys into this. Please understand.
どの口がそんなこと言ってんのかな？
I'm sorry I didn't tell you, but...
土方くんのことも黙ってようとしてたんだ。隠そうとしてたんだ。
I decided it wasn't the right time to tell you about Yamanami's threats.
バカにするのもいい加減にしてよ！
I'm not doing this to hurt you.
今まで人に偉そうに講釈垂れてた割に、自分のことになるとすぐに周りが見えなくなる。
That's a little harsh.
私たちってそんなに頼りないかな？何もできない人に見えるかな？
That's not what I think. I've never thought of you guys like that.
人には自分を頼れとか言うくせに、自分は人を頼らない。言い訳するなら聞いてあげる。
I'm sorry. Her feelings are almost painfully clear to me. I've been such a hypocrite. It hurts to hear my own advice.
何か大変なことがあると殻に閉じこもって周りを巻き込まないようにしようとする。それで自分はよくやってるつもりでいるんだね。
Hey, okay, he's not doing it this time. He's handling it with his sister, okay? That's the difference.
いいよね。そうやって他人を思って行動するってのはさ、気持ちがいいでしょ。
Her words are full of thorns, but they are the honest truth. Rimu has been with me since childhood, and I've done this to her over and over again.
はっきり言わせてもらうけど、私はそんなの望んでない。大切な人が大変な目に遭ってるのに、蚊帳の外なんて絶対に嫌だ。誰を信じればいいかわからないとか言ってたよね。そりゃそうだよ。自分が信じたいと思う相手にすら 誠意を持って接していないんだもの。
You're right.
こういう隠し事はもう二度としないで。
Yeah.
そうしないと私も使命君のこと信じられなくなっちゃうよ。
I'm sorry.
だったら私もみんなも全員その輪に巻き込んで、一人で解決しようとしないで私たちを頼って。
I was so scared of getting my friends involved that I lost the strength to move forward. And yet their strength, and let their strength go to waste without even seeing how arrogant I was being. My friends from the Magistrate's office are important to me. We've been through so much together. There's no reason to hesitate. Rimu, please let me get you involved. Please help carry the burden I bear.
任せて。
Fuck you, damn it. Fuck you. Fuck you, Rimu. I'm sorry for shutting you out. I
よし、新規臭いのはこれでおしま
Yeah, you're right.
い。執務室で資料をまとめるんでしょ。ほら、行くよ。
I'm truly grateful to Rimu for that scolding and her help cheering me up. I'm glad I have someone who'll be so hard on me for my own sake. That alone is enough to help me face forward and leave my weaker self behind. I said Rimu was my favorite since the start. Well, yeah, thank you, Rimu. Once we get to the office, Kome and Toyama are already inside, sifting through the papers.
お待たせー。ちょっと使命君を借りてたよ、小梅ちゃん。あ、いえ、そんな。
But like, why isn't Rimu in the red kimono that we've seen her wear we've seen her wear multiple times?
まったくまったく。このもやしメガネはケツを叩かないとどうしようもないんだから。
I don't know. He's gone through a lot of things. I think a smack on the butt is tame compared to what Yamanami's done to him. I mean, that's a little harsh, but I'll let it go for now. Rimu chats happily with Kome about her earlier pep talk. I'm glad we can laugh it off, so it doesn't turn into rumors or resentment later. Why is Toyama here?
大岡が私と同じ立場だったらどうするか。それと同じことをしているまでだ。
Did you hear about Kome and me?
いや何も。しかし指をくわえて見ているのは性分に合わなくてな。やるからには私も全力で当たる。それだけだ。
You know what? It makes more sense for Rimu to have overhear him instead of Sakura. Toyama.
それにしても、いろいろと肩の荷が下りたようだな。
Yeah. I never imagined I'd be yelled at like that at my age.
いいじゃないか。それだけお前のことを見ているということだ。
Who's we? Rimu. Rimu is the one watching him.
それに私も同じ町奉行として、お前の気持ちは痛いほど分かっていた。
So you saw right through me.
考えが顔に出る。そんなんだからお前は人に舐められるんだ。
Also because she also had to go through the same arc of not trusting people. Last chapter. It was literally last chapter, okay? Just because you were sleeping at the time doesn't mean that she didn't go through it.
それがいいところだ。直さなくてもいい。
指名兄様、先ほどのことをお二人にも。
Yeah, about this incident. I need to tell you both something. My dad, who was killed in the first chapter, isn't actually my dad, but my real dad was the shogun, and my mom, who died during childbirth, probably didn't die during childbirth, in an accidental way, and probably more purposeful. And Yamanami gave me a hand job, and wanted me to join her, whatever, and I rejected it. So she left me blue-balled and tried to kill me. What? I tell Toyama and Rimu everything about what happened to me.
知ってる人たちの名前があるとちょっともにゃっとしちゃうね。
複雑に絡み合ってるようで、疑わしい人物は絞れるように見えるが。
What do you think, Toyama?
一番に疑わしいのは、あまり言いたくないが、父上だ。
影虎様がですか？
東条愛之助という変装、そして斎藤さんの行動、どれをとっても怪しい。
Oh yeah, and then Yamanami took his first kiss, so it sucks to be you three. You said that Saito was being framed by Yamanami, right? What did that mean?
意味はわからない。父上からそれだけを大岡に伝えろと言われたんだ。
The fuck? Even if it has meaning, he wants us to find it ourselves. Saito was framed. Kagetora told Toyama that Iraha Saito was framed by Ayaki Yamanami. He did not inform Toyama of the reason. I think there is something happening within the Shinsengumi, but it may be the whole group.
全体っていうと言葉通り新選組自体がってこと？
Yeah. The victims, the witnesses, they're clearly connected. If you look through an untrusting lens, they look far more suspicious than Kagetora.
ですが、土方さんの件はどう理由をつけるのですか？
I mean, given the benefit of the doubt, he probably knows that something was up, right, when he was being attacked by Okita. And he's faked his death. But, well, he hasn't faked his death. It's not like he's just gone missing right now. So, yeah.
大岡と近しいから始末したと考えるのが妥当だろう。それは父上だったとしても、新選組だったとしても、同じ理由だろうな。
使命君を手駒にするために一番邪魔だと思われてたってことだね。
But Rimu, Toshikaze Hichikata is someone I can trust with my back. He's also very capable and acts to protect his friends, which may have made him into an obstacle.
それと斉藤さんと山並さんが戦っていた場所は保全してあるよ。
That helps. We should investigate what really happened there too.
永井の息子はあれから全く姿を見せていない。親も死に、考えられるのは一つ。
Yeah, what that means is that he's the one pulling the strings. He's been disposed of now. He's no longer needed. Okay, that's a bit of a stretch.
そうだ。永井の情報についてはもはやいらない情報だ。捨てていいだろう。
Look, Nagai has been disposed of. His son? Probably not. We discard all our evidence about Nagai.
それから
Really?
東条愛之助に関わる情報も一つにまとめました。
You fucking got rid of the... Great, yeah, the evidence we got of him getting poisoned to death was so irrelevant that we're getting rid of it.
また、剣の達人についても持っておくべき情報ではないと思います。
Kagetora and Tojo. Tojo and the evidence name is Kagetora and Tojo, and then the first line is Tojo and Kagetora are the same person. Formerly a sword instructor to the Shinsengumi, he still remains a master swordman. He was investigating Okacho in disguise together with Iroha Saito.
指名兄様が山並さんから言われた情報もまとめておきました。
The Shogun's bloodline. Shime Oka is the child of Norimune Ao by blood, and his only son, Kagenori Ao, is his stepsister by another mother. Stepdaughter. How do you think we should address the information by my on my bloodline?
近藤さんたちを疑ってるからって本当に隠したままでいいのかな。
大岡の話を聞く限り、父上も新選組の一部も知っている事実だろう。
Yeah.
今さら隠してもしょうがない。明朝近藤殿だけにでも伝えるべきだ。
何か理由があってこんなことをしようとしてるはずです。山並さんが言っていたことが本当に理由になるのか、一度話してみないとわかりません。
No point in hiding it. Okay, thank you. I'll report it to Kondo tomorrow. When I do that, I'll try to collect information on Yamanami. Toyama, can you work on Kagetora?
父上に探りを入れてもいいが、こちらの考えなど分かっていると思うがな。
It doesn't have to be an investigation. I'd like you to request their documents officially and bring them to us.
分かった。明日は、そうだな。リム、私についてきてくれないか。
They didn't react to the things she did to him. I don't think he said anything about that to them.
もちろん私にできることなら何だってやるから。
I think he just said she drugged him, she told him everything, she tried to make him join. I don't think he talked about the kissing him to drug him or the hand job to make him join. Why Rimu?
違う角度から見られる仲間といた方が操作しやすいからな。
では私は指名兄様と一緒に捜査でよろしいですか？
Yes, please. It's actually our first time investigating together, huh?
確かにそうですね。最初で最後の捜査。私頑張ります。
Alright, that's all for today. Tomorrow I'll be counting on you all. Since we're starting our investigation early, we gather in the Magistrate's office before most people are even awake. Okacho at large is still in dreamland.
だらしないぞ。シャキッとしろ、病み上がり町奉行。
Somehow it doesn't feel like I've slept at all.
そりゃそうだ。寝たと言ってもわずかに3時間ほど。仕方あるまい。
桜お姉様も眠たそうで。
格好悪いか？
いえ、そういう桜お姉様も私は好きです。
What do you mean by that?
この中で格好つけても仕方ないからな。なるべく自然体でいることが大切だ。
おお、みんなおはよう。時間通り集まってるみたいだな。
Good morning, Kondo. Okta too.
その様子だと休まないでいろいろやってたみたいだな。
Oh well. We just couldn't sit still. The glaze. Yeah, she's still doing it.
構わん。俺と使命君は頭さえ動けばいいからな。ではみんな作戦室へ。
But don't worry, the information that he'll give Okta and Kondo will wake them up. Right as we're all heading into the situation room, I spot someone walking towards us from the gates to the office. Kondo, that's
なんだこんな朝っぱらから。まったく忙しいというのに。
The person burst through the gates, running towards us unimpeded. It's Futabate, pale as a ghost. Oh, so he's not dead.
近藤さん、あっちだ。あっちで。
落ち着け。深呼吸しろ、ゆっくりだ。
But someone else is?
いいから。言ってくれ。案内する。すぐに。今すぐに。
Who could it be?
欲しいんだ。
I'm thinking... Ooh, Nagai's son? Yamanami? Saito? Hijikata's not going to be the one who's dead. Fucking... The Shogun, as in, Komei's uncle. Toto. What, by... the band? Futabate's usual, casual tone is gone. His voice wavering with every word. The rest of us share a worried look.
わかった。案内しろ。みんなもついてこい。
Nothing good can come from waiting for us. Sakura Dad, I mean. Oh, Kagetora. No one says it aloud, but we must all be thinking it. We are led to the area where Kondo and I were attacked. Futabate points to a corner. That is where our assailant hid. Is it Toko? Korra. And what's there now is worse than we could have imagined. Like I said, bro, this is the fakest fucking a bloody face, clothes soaked in a puddle of red.
なんで
It's Yamanami. She's on the ground, blood dripping from her mouth, bleeding from her stomach. The blood has dried in some places, turning an almost black maroon. I have no words. Everybody has frozen, as if time has stopped. I don't want to accept the reality we're seeing. She must have fought back with her hand. Her hand is gently gripping the short sword. A short sword. What in the world happened here? What happened to Yamanami? Just who would do something like this? Yamanami's body is covered in blood. She's still lovely, like she could move any second. Yeah. Bro, this is what you get for blue bulging the MC, okay? Kondo reads the situation more clearly and collectively than the rest of us. However,
どんな理由があっても死ぬなんてそんなことは
like, out of everyone, well, no. She would be one of the people to have the resources to fake her death. Even if she attacked me, no matter what she did, Yamanami was still our dorm mother. And still the top MILF in this game. I mean, ever since I became Magistrate, she's done so much for me. For all of us. I mean, look, all I'm saying is that the amount of mums who have died in this... the amount of dead mums in this game... It makes sense. That's all I'm gonna say. It makes sense that Yamanami would follow suit. Follow in their stead. Just, you know... It should have happened after she gave birth. MC, she tried to burn you alive. Yeah, but she did it. She gave him a really good hand job before that. I mean, in my heart, I didn't really believe that one of us could die. That they might get hurt, but not lose their lives. Never their lives. But reality is one cold-hearted bitch. Like she is. I mean...
下手に動くな。この場を保持する必要がある。
Yes. Are we just not gonna act like this is suspicious? Like this isn't suspicious?
この場は新選組が預かる。
Yes. With such a deep wound in our hearts, the best we can do right now is watch. Except for one person.
殺してやる、殺してやる、殺してやる、殺してやる、殺してやる。
Except for Okta. Okta?
そう、山。お前たちは、私は何も。何度も警告した。遠山は危険だと。なのに殺してやる！超山のクズだろが！
Okta pulls her sword out, lunging for Toyama.
お前も斎藤も影虎も殺してやる。お前たちを全員殺してやる。
Okay, you can't kill Sakura, she's a love interest, okay? The other two, go at it. I've never heard Okta like this before. She's overcome with anger. Her sword shakes in her hands.
お前の首を持って北町に行け！
Like, I knew she was short, but like, really? A mere instance before Okta's sword finds Toyama's throat.
しろ!
Kondo's anger screams echoes through the street. Okta's body shakes and her sword freezes.
刀を下ろせ。遠山桜を殺したところで山並は戻ってこない。
Okta violently sheathes her sword and goes to her knees by Yamanami's body, where she stops moving. The shaking of her back is less... What is that word? Piteous? Then angry and vengeful. She will be holding a grudge.
私は
遠山君、どうか篠のことは許してやってほしい。
はい。
篠は俺が抑えておく。この場は任せてほしい。いいか、しめ君。
Of course. Leave the rest of the investigation to us.
作戦会議は俺と篠抜きでやってくれ。この場で分かったことは後ほど伝える。
Okay.
しばらく3人にしておいてほしい。
I've heard that Yamanami, Kondo, and Okta have been together for a long time. They aren't just friends. They're family. Or even more. None of us can truly understand their pain and anger. Leaving the scene to Kondo, we return to the Nakamachi Magistrate's office. Silence in the Situation Room is heavy. We're about to discuss what to do to avoid further sacrifices. Let's start with planning the meeting. Let's start the planning meeting. The name of this case doesn't matter. No name could do justice to the casualties, the many who have become victims of in this incident. Octa needs to be locked up right now. She's a danger. Yeah, but like, she looked really hot doing it. I mean, in that case, something short and simple, something to encompass this whole string of atrocities. This planning meeting pertains to the investigation of the Orca case. Orca, this era, and this and the city of cherry blossom trees. This incident has shaken our whole world.
会議は昨日の内容を継続したものだ。追加の資料は特にない。
Alright. Kome, Reimu. Do you have anything to add?
いえ、何もありません。
山並さんは誰に殺されたの？影虎様や新選組だったとしてもおかしいよ。山並さんは誰よりも強かったじゃん。あんな姿で殺されるなんてない。ありえないよ。
Yeah, it's sus. Ayaka Yamanami's death. Yamanami was killed on a back street. She was so strong. Who could possibly have done this? We've left Kondo to investigate the scene. Let's do what we can for now. For the sake of finding out who killed Yamanami too, we need to find the truth behind this incident. Now we've got our resolve. Let's save the tears for after it's over, okay? Someone fake their strength. I mean, yes?
無論だ。
I mean, Kagetora and Saito have done that since the start of the game.
分かった。
大丈夫です。
If tears were enough to put things back to normal, we'd cry for as long as it took. But we all know too well that tears do not solve problems. So we'll swallow our sadness, put our best foot forward, and start chasing this down. That's our job. Fuyama Reimu, I'm leaving Kitamachi to you. Once you've collected information there, you can investigate as you like.
わかった。この事件、必ず解決しよう。
任せて。裏でうごめいている謎の正体、突き止めてみせる。
Kome, let's go.
はい。この騒動を、私や指名兄様に関わるすべての事件を終わりにしましょう。
Come back to the magistrate's office in the evening. Dismissed. I don't think this kill was Saito. Okay, let's say that Yamanami actually was killed. The only person I could see who was capable of doing it would be Kagetora. Right? The others, well, Hijikata, Okta, Sakura have already shown off that they're weaker than Yamanami. Saito seems to be on or around the same level as Okta and Hijikata. And Kondo probably would also have been able to kill Yamanami, but he wouldn't have a reason to. Nagai, brother, hasn't shown anything. Nagai's son hasn't shown anything. Correct. They are the outliers here. You've got Nagai's son, Shime and Koumei's uncle, and that's about it. You sus? Look, I've already established that his son is the mastermind, right? As soon as he showed up at the start of the game, I told everyone he's going to be the fucking mastermind of the game, okay? The town seems to be waking up.
この時間ですと、早いところだと、もうお店を開いたりもしてます。
I think we should investigate the room Yamanami and Saito fought in yesterday first.
新選組の方が保持していますので、すぐにでも行きましょう。
The room in which Yamanami was attacked by Saito is in the townhouse, not too far from the Nakamachi Magistrate's office. The room itself looks normal enough. As normal as a fucking... Yep, all of the fucking shoe prints on the floor, the fucking blood stain on the wall, and the paper on the... normal enough, you know?
普通に見えても、何か隠されているのかもしれません。
You're right. Let's give it a good look. Room where Yamanami was attacked. Who is Iroha Saito? Kome, do you know anything about Iroha Saito?
斎藤いろはは新選組で、主に隠密と諜報を得意とする大使のようです。北町に派遣されたのは、今からちょうど10年前です。
It's not like she worked for Kagetora. I wonder why they're so close. So many green hair side characters. Yeah, one was accused of murder, one was an actual murderer, and another is a potential murderer.
わかりません。ですが、土方さんと指名兄様みたいな関係なのではないでしょうか。
A best friend and colleague you could trust with anything. I can understand that.
北町に派遣されてからは、ずっと遠山影虎の影となり、彼を支えているみたいです。
Thank you. You really looked into this. Alright, who is Ayaka Yamanami? What do you know about Yamanami?
記録に残されているものは、指名兄様が知っていることと同じです。
She's been with the Shinsengumi since it was founded. I always by Kondo's side.
はい。ですが、山並という名前は、新選組に入った時のものです。もともとは別人でした。
Fuck. A different name? What do you mean?
幕府に仕えるお庭番。それが、山並彩香の父でした。
That doesn't answer the
この世
question.
にはいませんが。
What was Yamanami's previous name? So originally she was someone on the side of the government?
新選組が怪しいことをしないための幕府からの患者でした。そう私は父から教えられています。
I see. That's why you relied on Yamanami at first.
はい。このことは将軍とその側近だけが知る秘密です。
I mean, that makes sense considering that Yamanami was the only one who knew that Kome was the shogunate. That's why she helped her in the first chapter.
ですが、今となっては隠しても仕方ないこと。この情報を公開します。
Thank you, Kome. It really helps. Yamanami was a shogunate spy embedded in the Shinsengumi, the only one who knew were the shogun and certain top level of advisors. Yeah, one of them being Nagai, probably. Alright, let's look at the obvious bloodstain. A bloodstain. Likely from when Saito cut Yamanami.
血しぶきは一筋。周囲に他の血痕はありません。
That means that Yamanami was cut down without a struggle.
リム姉様が現場を目撃する前までは争っていなかったということでしょうか。
Who else would help a person who was sus? I don't know, maybe Yamanami thought Kome was cute. Yeah, Rumi just happened upon it right as Yamanami was attacked. There's no mistake. Bloodstains. Where Yamanami and Saito fought, only a single slash of blood remains. It was likely created when Yamanami attacked Saito. There was no other bloodstain in the room. No other bloodstains in the room. This is the leaflet that was distributed, right? Before, isn't it?
中身も同じで、私たちへの誹謗中傷が書かれています。
It didn't get here by accident. It was put up by either Yamanami or Saito.
どちらかが天誅として相手を殺すつもりだったと。
Since it's criticizing Nakamachi, that would make it Saito's work, but defamatory leaflet. I don't think leaflet's that defamatory. All right, never mind. Hideous libel for Nakamachi Magistrate's office pinned to the wall of the empty apartment where Yamanami and Saito fought. What is this? That's what I've been saying. That's what I'm saying.
木立の鞘です。白鞘のようですね。
So a knife? A white sheath. Whoever this was, they didn't normally carry it around with them.
白鞘だけでどうしてそう断定できるのですか？
White sheaths are also called resting sheaths. They're kind of like places for swords to sleep. White sheath always accompanies a blade mounting that prevents rust, but it doesn't have a real grip or guard. They're essentially for storage.
なら、この白鞘の所持者は急いで木立を用意したということですか？
Yes. It's got to be either Yamanami or Saito. I wonder which one of the two it would be. The one who... You should probably assume that Yamanami was the one who did it, right? A white sheath for who used it. This is Yamanami's, assumedly. A white sheath for a short sword found in the room where Yamanami and Saito fought. White sheaths are for storage, not use. It's only grabbed it in a hurry. Footsteps. Footprints. These straw tatami mats are very dirty.
土足で踏み上がったのではないでしょうか。ところどころ下駄の形にへこんでいます。
I think they both had footwear on. You're right. There's a little gravel too. Yamanami and Saito came in off the street with their shoes still on. How disrespectful.
急いでいたのでしょうか。普通なら履物を脱いでから畳には上がります。
Wouldn't a rusty knife be better for this time period? Kind of like using the rust like poison. I don't think anyone thought of tetanus as a viable option for damaging an opponent. Either there was time pressure or they were running from something. Either way, they were clearly in a rush. Dirty tatami where Yamanami and Saito fought. The tatami is dirty and stamped out of shape. The two must have rushed in without even removing their shoes. It makes the weapon weaker. Yes, it makes the weapon more inconsistent. Like the chances of you not only damaging the blade but completely breaking it are a lot higher. Let's go over what happened in this room. You'd probably get like one good swing, and then like if they block it with the sword, I don't think a rusty knife would be able to withstand it. First, early in the morning, Yamanami was first called out by Saito. No, someone.
怪しいと思い、懐に白鞘の木立をしまい込み、小部屋へと向かった。
Where she was attacked by Saito or someone.
山並さんと斉藤さんは土足でこの小部屋へと上がり込みました。
Since they kept their shoes on, they must have been in a hurry.
それから壁に貼ってあった天柱の紙を山並さんが見た。
Thinking she was going to be killed, Yamanami took her sword out of its sheath. I'm sure you could make it work stealthily. Dexter, stealthily? I think it's better to have a sword that could actually penetrate. What do you mean, stealthily? Like I said, it's inconsistent to use a rusty blade. Because it's a lot better to have a sword that could actually consistently cut. A knife will still be sharp. A rusty knife, you wouldn't know. How would you know how sharp a rusty knife is without testing it? But then testing it would make the blade even duller than it would have already been if you... Once again, it's just... No. There is no situation where a rusty knife would be better than a regular knife. A regular sharp knife. I don't think tetanus was a thing that people knew existed back then too. You're not going to carry 5 knives. You're throwing knives, sure, but like, once again, the rust on the blade would. Why did you do this, Dexter? Thinking she was going to be killed, Yamanami took her sword out of its sheath.
ですが、抵抗する間もなく斉藤さんに切られてしまった。
But like, where is the other sword? The white sheath fell to the floor, and the one slash left is a blood splatter across the floor. That's not a floor, it's a wall. Andrew happened to witness it right as Yamanami was attacked. Tomei, does any of that sound off to you?
もし反対だった場合はどうなるのでしょうか。
Saito was attacked by Yamanami, and she pulled out her short sword to protect herself.
天柱の紙は偽装。リム姉様にわざと襲わせるところを見せるために仕組んだ罠。
That is a possibility. I think one of those two is the truth.
はい。それで次はどこを捜査しますか？
We don't need to investigate any further here. Let's look around all the other places related to the case. You know a place that's related to the case? Motherfucking Yamanami's room. Absolutely nothing. There's nothing. Yamanami's room, which used to be overflowing with personal effects, is now completely empty. It's as neat as if it had never been used. It's completely pristine. Nothing of hers anywhere. This must be what it means to leave a place cleaner than you found it. All Yamanami's personal things had vanished, leaving only the provided furniture behind. Yamanami, just what happened to you? If we search high and low, we may find something. Really? The books that were left behind are still neatly organized. A book on drinks, a book on snacks, a book on makeup. This hasn't changed at all. The trash can? There's nothing in the garbage can. Not so much as a piece of lint. The desks have been wiped down, and there's nothing inside the drawers. It's like it's brand new. There's nothing inside. All the drawers are completely empty. Not even a single thread left behind. The cushion is just a cushion. The stitches are starting to give. This must be the only thing she used that Yamanami left behind. Give it Shime, give it a smell. Make sure it's Yamanami's. I mean I don't think there's anything else we can investigate. The bookshelf has been thoroughly cleaned with not a speck of dust remaining. We need to give it the sniff check. You know, just in case it's Yamanami's things used to be lined up here. I couldn't find a thing. Yamanami was killed after throwing out all her possessions. Before I was kidnapped, this room was full of items to scrutinize. No, I know. I've checked this room constantly. I can only imagine she got rid of it in the short interlude after I rejected her plan. And rejected her. I mean, did she know she would die if she couldn't convince me? But in that case, surely she could have done more to protect herself. Instead of running away, she came back here and cleaned out her room, then was killed. Oh, okay, sure, that's the evidence. Now it's clean and empty. Oh, I guess you're meant to inspect everything, and then he comes to this he gets this evidence. Nice, clean and empty of any possessions. She must have cleaned it after she failed to persuade me, knowing that she was going to die. I mean, she predicted her death. Why didn't she run? I don't think she would have been able to. Look, she's powerful, but like, if Saito was after her, probably